Hey there, my friends. How are you doing? Ashley Bright here, the Message Fixer. And today I wanted to talk about this wonderful way of communicating information. Something I picked up from Malcolm Gladwell. I can't remember if it was in a blog or an article or something, an interview maybe. But he was talking about the way we share information in two different ways. One of them was the meal. So that's the real kind of lots of information, lots to consume. You got to be focused and paying attention. And then the other element was the candy. And I loved the way to think about that, the meal versus the candy. And the candy is just much like the name implies. It's a little bite-sized something or other, a little bite-sized piece of goodness that you can share with your listener. Okay, something that's easy for them to remember, something that's easy for them to share, something that's tantalizing, okay, candy. Okay, get it? And I just loved this notion in the way you share information. And it's so important when it comes to a lot of the work that my clients are doing, because they're dealing with very complex, innovative technology, new methodologies as it relates to sustainable energy, clean water, clean air, the environment, solar energy, electric vehicles, and a whole myriad of other things in that space. Okay, because there's a lot going on there. Okay, both technically, complexity, as well as just status quo bias. A lot of people don't want to change. They don't want to hear about these new things. And so how do you overcome that? And that's where I just love the notion of candy. Okay, and so when I'm working with my clients, what we're doing is we're extracting these beautiful little pieces of candy in their messaging, in their communication that they can use when they are posting on social media, they're being interviewed on a podcast, maybe they're in an investor meeting or a video conference call of some sort, okay? And what those do is it entices your listener and entices your audience to want to hear more. They now want to sit down with you and have a meal because you've enticed them with these beautiful little kind of nuggets. And there's one that always comes to mind. I think it's such a beautiful way to put this, but it's from, 25 plus years ago, but it comes from Steve Jobs when he was trying to entice Scully, who he wanted him to leave Pepsi and join Apple as their CEO. And we all know that that ultimately went sideways. But the point of this is that Scully didn't want to go. Apple was a small company, innovating, but they weren't Pepsi, a big established brand. And so he wasn't enticed by Steve Jobs. And as the legend goes, just before Steve left this meeting, he said to Scully, he said, "Do you want to stay here and sell sugar water the rest of your life? Or do you want to come with me and change the world?" And that to me is an incredible piece of candy. Okay, that he left for Scully, and ultimately it worked because it convinced Scully to leave Pepsi and go join Apple. And so it's about finding those sort of tweetable, accessible, beautiful, poignant little ways of talking about the work that you're doing and the product you're creating, the organization, the solution that you're creating that people can grab onto and then readily share and get excited about and then hit you up to say, hey, let's sit down and have a meal. Okay, it'll help you as an innovator, you as a founder, attract attention to your ideas, attract resources and investment, and attract allies to help you be successful on your journey. Because as any entrepreneur out there knows, I'm an entrepreneur myself, it is a bumpy road. Okay, and we need all the help and support we can get. And so that's what I do. That's how I live true to my core value, which is all about how do I bring a net positive impact to the world and to humanity. And it's by helping people that are innovators, bringing great things to the world. I help them communicate it. So there's buy-in, there's adoption, and we bring about huge change for society that is positive so that we can leave a bright, beautiful, clean, thriving world for my kids and their kids and generations forward. All right, my friends, if you need some help, I'd love to chat with you. All right, cheers.